Hello friends. Today in this video I am going to be telling the story of the 2011 mystery thriller film You're Next. In an attempt to mend their broken family ties, Aubrey and Paul Davison decide to celebrate their wedding anniversary by inviting family members to their weekend estate. The celebration gets off to a rocky start when mysterious assailants wearing animal masks suddenly attack the house. The animal mask gang tries to bring down the family with brutal precision until one member of the family shows a hidden talent for fighting back. Want to see if this John Wick protege can take down the intruders by theirself? Stick around to find out because spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The story begins with a young couple getting jiggy with it at home. Nice way to start off a movie, huh? Afterwards, the girl starts walking around the house going to get a glass of water and she thinks she hears something outside, but just assumes it is an animal. The man is in the shower and when he finishes up, he walks out into the living and sees the words "You're Next" written on the glass wall, and then someone shows up behind him and kills him with a machete. Next we meet Aubrey and Paul Davison, who are heading to their weekend estate as they want to spend their anniversary with their family who hasn't been all together in years. So everyone is heading there in the family and they are going to enjoy everyone's company and try making everyone get along because there is some bad blood within the family. Once they get there, Aubrey hears something coming from upstairs and she is confused because no one else is supposed to be there yet, but she has Paul go upstairs to check it out because she is scared. Paul goes to check it out and turns out to be his son, Crispian, and not an intruder. They go downstairs and Crispian introduces his parents to his girlfriend, Erin, who is the protagonist we will be following throughout the story. Erin doesn't think she is good enough for Crispian's family because they are very wealthy and she comes from a low-income family growing up, but he assures her that she is perfect for him. Aubrey goes downstairs to get a glass of water before bed and we can see someone wearing an animal mask looking through the window, but she doesn't see them and she heads to sleep for the night. The following morning, Crispian introduces Erin to his brother Drake and Drake's wife, Kelly. Crispian comes from a big family and he has 3 brothers and sisters, and Erin is a little nervous meeting them all for the first time. Aubrey asks Erin if she can go over to the neighbor's house and see if they have some milk because they ran out. So this loaded family is having a weekend get together with all of them there and they didn't think to get groceries before? Makes total sense. Erin arrives at the neighbor's house and it turns out to be the people from the beginning of the story that had the intruders come inside their house and kill them. She can hear music on from the inside, but no one answers, so she just heads back over to the estate. Crispian's other brother, Felix, and his wife, Z, arrive at the estate as well and Erin is introduced to them, but they seem kind of guarded and not really as inviting as the other members of the family. Z comes off as an emo girl. And then the final sibling arrives and her name is Amy and her boyfriend that is with her is Tarek. So Crispian's siblings are Drake, Felix and Amy, and they all have brought their significant others for the weekend. Aubrey tells everyone how much it means to her that they came and celebrated their anniversary with them. They all sit down to enjoy dinner together and once they get done saying grace, Drake starts asking the others what they do and how they as siblings. Tarek is a filmmaker, but Drake scoffs at him because Tarek does documentaries instead of movies and Drake doesn't think that makes him a filmmaker. Drake is kind of a tool, you'll see throughout the story. Drake also asks Erin how her and Crispian met and Erin tells him she was his TA a few years ago as he is a college professor, and Drake asks Crispian if he thinks that is unprofessional and they get in an argument. Gotta love sibling rivalries. They start yelling at each other and then Tarek says something going on outside the window, and when he goes to check it out, someone shoots an arrow right through his eye, killing him in front of everyone. Everyone starts freaking out and trying to get down, an arrow just keeps getting shot inside through the window and a few of them get hit pretty good. Erin tries getting everyone to calm down and she seems to be the most relaxed out of all of them, and we will soon find out she is the female John Wick. They use chairs to shield them so they can get out of the dining room in hopes of getting upstairs away from windows. Erin works to get the arrows out of anyone safely who has been hit. The girl sibling, Amy, says that she can run the fastest and longest out of anyone there, so she tells them to open the door and she will run and try getting help as someone has jammed their cell phones. They open the door and Amy starts running out, but the second she gets outside, there are a few tripwires out there and her neck and ankles get gashed pretty hard and she falls and dies from blood loss. Erin tells everyone what they should do and how to survive, and Crispian tells her he has never seen her act like this before, and Erin says she's never had to go in defensive mode like they are now. Erin does her best to cover up all of the windows and secure any entry points, and she also grabs a kitchen knife so she can go full Michael Myers on the bad guys. Aubrey has made her way upstairs as she is very saddened by the loss of her daughter, so they have her go lay down in the bed while they find help. But whenever everyone goes back downstairs to let her be, a masked killer shows up in the room and kills her with a machete. The others hear her scream, and when they get up there, the killer is gone, and then the words "You're Next" are once again spelled out on the wall. Kelly is looking around to see if she can see any clues to who did this, and when she looks under the bed, she sees the killer there and she screams and runs out of the house into the woods. Kelly runs to the next door neighbor's house, but she is followed by the killer who stalks her inside and then dispatches of her with ease. The killer then weirdly sits down next to another dead body and embellishes it. Crispian tells everyone he's got to make a run for it and get the car if they want any chance of getting out of this alive. Aaron tells him to be careful and to watch his back at all times while outside and hands him a butcher's knife for protection. We can tell who wears the pants in this relationship. Aaron is trying to gather up weapons for everyone whenever one of the killers breaks a window and steps into the house. Well, he's going to regret that because the second he gets inside, Aaron whoops his ass and kills him right there in front of everyone. Felix and Z look on in utter amazement and disbelief what she just did. Paul is upstairs looking around because he thinks someone has been frogging the house because there are empty water bottles and blankets in one of the closets. Felix comes to check it out and then one of the bad guys shows up behind Paul and slits his neck, ending his time in this story. That is now both parents down. Not the best anniversary weekend, I'd say. The killer then takes off his mask and talks to Felix like they are friends. Felix and Z were in on it and planned this whole thing in hopes of getting that sweet life insurance money. What great family members. Erin is sneaking around downstairs by herself because she can hear one of the killers in the other room next to her, and Erin doesn't know that Felix and Z are in on it yet. The killer finds Erin in the room, but then Drake walks in and this distracts the bad guy so Erin can stab him in the back, and he runs out of the house like a little wussy. Felix and Z come downstairs to talk to them and ask them what happened. They are mainly concerned how many of their accomplices are left alive. They weren't expecting Erin to be a badass like this. Z asks Erin where she learned all of this stuff, and Erin said her dad made sure she could protect herself growing up and that she could always defend herself. While this is going on, Drake and Felix are talking in the basement, and then Felix out of nowhere stabs Drake in the stomach and tells him he is sorry. Felix just killed his brother in cold blood all to get a little bit of life insurance money. Erin goes upstairs to check on Paul because she didn't know he was dead, but then she finds him dead in his bedroom and a killer shows up behind her. She sees this and jumps out of the window in a nick of time, but a shade of glass entered her leg from the window. She's a champ though and sees a killer coming, so she gets up and runs back inside where she can put a temporary bandage on it to limit the bleeding while hiding in a closet. No one knows where Erin is hiding, so all of the bad guys plus Z and Felix meet in the dining room and start arguing with each other because too many of their peeps are dying. Erin hears all of this going on, so she now knows who the dirty ones are and who not to trust. Felix is arguing with the others because they are getting their booties beat by a girl, and one of the guys tells Felix they are leaving unless he ups their payment, and Felix agrees. But of course, Erin's phone starts ringing because she sent out an emergency message half an hour ago and the others hear it, so they start chasing her around and out of the house. Erin baits one of them to look inside a window, and the second he does that, she brutally stabs him in his eye, but he had it coming. Erin then sets up a trap for the front door that will have an axe swing at them the second they try entering. One of the bad guys is pretty smart though, and he goes in through another window and starts following her around the house, hoping to end this night once and for all so he can get his big payday. Erin goes into the basement and she shuts off all of the lights, and whenever he steps in the room, she takes him out with relative ease once again. Erin is not someone you want to be messing with, that is for sure. All that are left is Erin, Felix, Z and Crispian, who hasn't been back yet after he said he was going to go find help. Z and Felix have the crossbow and they are hoping to use it to kill Erin and end the night for good. The three get in a fight in the kitchen and Felix is able to stab Erin, but it doesn't really affect her very much, and she uses a blender to saw through Felix's head, killing him. Erin then stabs Z through the top of the skull, killing her as well. Like I said, female John Wick. Erin then hears Felix's phone ringing, and whenever she answers it, she doesn't say a word, but on the phone is Crispian, who asks him if the job was done. Crispian was in on the life insurance murder scam as well, and now Erin is well aware. Crispian goes inside the house and he is greeted by Erin, and he knows he has been busted. He tells her that they are broke and he never planned for her to get hurt, but just for his parents to, so they could get the insurance money. He walks up to her thinking he could convince her to take his side, but she stabs him in the neck. A cop then shows up through the window and shoots Erin in the shoulder, thinking she might be responsible for everything that went down. The cop then enters through the front door where Erin made the axe trap earlier, and when he steps inside, the axe drops and kills the police officer. And that is how this one ends. Thanks for watching, friends.